Today I'm continuing to copy my summary of the book of Acts into my summary Bible. If you haven't seen my other summary video where I explain why I'm doing that, I'll link that video for you below. Today I'm copying chapter 12. This was such a great chapter. I really should stop saying that. I say that about so many chapters, but aren't they all great? What I thought was interesting while I was copying this chapter, though, was the contrast between this passage and chapter 10. In chapter 12, we see Herod accept worship that only belongs to God, and God strikes him with a terminal illness and he dies. In chapter 10, Peter was very quick to tell Cornelius not to worship him and point him to God. Just a reminder to make sure that we're always directing others to God, the true object of all worship, and not basking in that ourselves, because worship isn't for us. It's what we were created to do. But with that, let's get into this chapter. Verses 1 through 5. About that time, Herod the king laid violent hands on some who belonged to the church. He killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And when he saw that it pleased the Jews, he proceeded to arrest Peter also. This was during the days of unleavened bread. And when he had seized him, he put him in prison, delivering him over to 4 squads of soldiers to guard him, intending after the Passover to bring him out to the people. So Peter was kept in prison, but earnest prayer for him was made to God by the church. Summary. Now King Herod Agrippa began persecuting the church. He kills James, John's brother, and arrests Peter when he sees how pleased the Jewish leaders are. But the church prays fervently for Peter. Verses 6 through 11. Now when Herod was about to bring him out, on that very night, Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains, and sentries before the door were guarding the prison. And behold, an angel of the Lord stood next to him, and a light shone in the cell. He struck Peter on the side and woke him, saying, "Get up, quickly!" And the chains fell off his hands. And the angel said to him, "Dress yourself and put on your sandals." And he did so. And he said to him, "Wrap your cloak around you and follow me." And he went out and followed him. He did not know that what was being done by the angel was real, but thought he was seeing a vision. When they had passed the first and the second guard, they came to the iron gate leading into the city. It opened for them of its own accord, and they went out and went along one street, and immediately the angel left him. When Peter came to himself, he said, "Now I am sure that the Lord has sent his angel and rescued me from the hand of Herod and from all that the Jewish people were expecting." Summary. As Herod was about to bring Peter out, an angel frees him from prison. Peter thinks this is a vision. Verses 12 through 17. When he realized this, he went to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose other name was Mark, where many were gathered together and praying. And when he knocked at the door of the gateway, a servant girl named Rhoda came to answer. Recognizing Peter's voice, in her joy she did not open the gate, but ran in and reported that Peter was standing at the gate. They said to her, "You're out of your mind." But she kept insisting that it was so, and they kept saying, "It's his angel." But Peter continued knocking, and when they opened, they saw him and were amazed. But motioning to them with his hand to be silent, he described to them how the Lord had brought him out of the prison, and he said, "Tell these things to James and to the brothers." And then he departed and went to another place. Summary. When Peter realizes this is real, he goes where the believers are praying, and everyone is amazed by what God did, and he leaves for another place. Verses 18 through 19. Now when day came, there was no little disturbance among the soldiers over what had become of Peter. And after Herod searched for him and did not find him, he examined the sentries and ordered that they should be put to death. Then he went down from Judea to Caesarea and spent time there. Summary. When Herod and the soldiers realize Peter is gone, they search everywhere. The guards are executed. Verses 20 through 23. Now Herod was angry with the people of Tyre and Sidon, and they came to him with one accord, and having persuaded Blastus, the king's chamberlain, they asked for peace, because their country depended on the king's country for food. On an appointed day, Herod put on his royal robes, took his seat upon the throne, and delivered an oration to them. And the people were shouting, "The voice of a god and not of a man." Immediately, an angel of the Lord struck him down because he did not give God the glory, and he was eaten by worms and breathed his last. Summary. Herod was angry with the people of Tyre and Sidon, so they send an envoy to try to appease him. They offer praise as unto God, and immediately God struck him with a terminal illness. Verses 24 through 25. But the word of God increased and multiplied. And Barnabas and Saul returned from Jerusalem when they had completed their service, bringing with them John, whose other name was Mark. Summary. The word of God continued to spread. The body of believers grew. Barnabas, Saul, and John Mark returned to Jerusalem.